Today, she would like us to consider the joy of yes and the power of no, and how the most conscious yes and deliberate no are the greatest tools to help you live your best life. For more than 20 years, Debbie has coached people of all walks of life, personally and professionally, to access the deep spring waters of their inner joy, and to make joy and well-being the basis of all their relationships. I mean, not just like neediness.
Well, you can.
I invited Debbie to be with us today because she truly inspires me and so many others to aspire to be the best we can be. The last time she was here, I think it was 10 years ago, Debbie. 10 years ago. She offered a mastermind workshop that totally changed my life and inspired me. In 2016, Debbie founded Joy-Based Living, an online peer-led support group where members courageously practice saying yes to deep personal transformation while saying no to the litany of objections that rise up, living the most joyful life they can. Debbie is the author of Reach Your Stars, Authentic Presence, and a lively, spunky children's book called I Don't Think So. That sounds interesting. So, really looking forward to hearing your talk this morning on the joy of yes and the power of no. But I'm also really looking forward to your workshop afterwards.
Very nice. So we're looking forward to a workshop after service. And please, let's welcome Happy Dean. All right, so now we'll begin our service with our affirmation of our opening statement. Please join me when we get it. It's in your bulletin.
We're going to go and stand and sing our next song. It's the Unity Advent song. And we're going to be up here. Shine inside of me, guiding me from where I am. Shine inside of me, in my There is joy in my life, in my life. You may have a seat. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. There is joy in my life. So it's now the prayer chaplain will bring the prayer box forward, please. Prayer box is there available for all of us to use. You might not want to write down your prayer, but you might symbolizing it by putting your hand over the prayer box sometime. Or just keep it in your heart. And what the purpose of the prayer box is to enable us to pray over the prayers of this congregation. First of all, us, then those prayers are sent to Silent Unity to be prayed over for a month. Let's start by remembering that this is a season of hope. And we know the possibility of hope, even in times of struggle. Thank you. And Donna has a volunteer to read the daily word this morning.
The daily word today is faith. Through faith, I am centered and guided every step of every day. My faith is more than a passive state of being. It is the active energy that empowers my thoughts and brings them into manifestation in this human experience. I am always expressing faith in something, either spiritual truth or dualist evolution. I am grateful for the growing awareness that allows me to recognize where I am placing my faith and to make conscious, creative choices through each day. If I find myself giving my faith to thoughts of lack or limitation, I shift my focus to the spiritual substance that can accomplish all things through me. It is by embracing this understanding of faith that I create a new consciousness, choice by choice. But ask in faith, never doubting, for the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. James chapter 1, verse 6.
Thank you, Donna. And now, let us just breathe and move to that more still place within. And join me in affirming the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Just take a moment now for a minute.
You know, the kindest things that we can do for ourselves is not. Sorry. One of the kindest things we can do for ourselves is to simply listen to the breath. Listen to the breathing. Pay attention to the breathing, moving in and out. Is that better?
Yes.
Is that
Yes,
better?
it's better.
Okay, sorry. Just pay attention to the breath, moving in and out. We're going to do a little embodiment meditation right now. And what that means is simply just noticing the breathing first of all. And notice how, as you notice the breathing, it will tend to actually adjust itself. It will find its own rhythm, it will find its own pace. And in this realization, there's a deep sense of trust that simply noticing the breath allows it to shift and to adjust itself. Allow that awareness to spread all throughout your body. Just simply be aware of your entire body without any particular agenda. To me, that's the kindest relationship we can have with anybody. It's a relationship we might have with an infant that we're holding in our arms. We're not looking for anything in particular. We're just enjoying the experience and the sensation of having the infant in our arms. And so to notice your body with the kindness and the love and the gentleness that you would notice an infant, that level of awareness is who you really are. And inside of that level of awareness, as you identify with it, just notice if the body shifts itself in any way to make itself more comfortable. God has given us everything that we need to make ourselves on the inside pleasant and well. And sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the constrictions, in the resistances. And taking that little step back can often give us just the perspective that we need to let our minds and our bodies and our emotions settle in a way that can allow joy to be the basis of our being. Any emotions that are moving through you, they're not looking to be healed or fixed. They're looking to be held. You are the holder of the space. You are the lover of life moving through you. And I honor that recognition in me and in you, in the deepest, most soulful, most loving kind of way. As we awaken this in ourselves, we awaken it in each other. We're able to hold a more consistent and steady presence for others. We're able to hold a more loving and gentle relatedness without agenda for others. And it's in that light that I'd like us to open our awareness for the rest of today so that we can experience more of the gift of life coming through us. Thank you. Namaste.
Oh, now it's time to talk.
Can I turn that off?
Okay, so if I can turn it off. Oh, you mean that she doesn't want it?
And then hold it.
Oh, that's like
That gives
control.
you-
You should have done that before. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, now you already.
now I'm in control. Okay, I'd like to read something to you. By the way, my name is Debbie Happy Cohen. Happy is my middle name from birth. My birth certificate says H. And I found out in 2nd grade that it stood for happy, and I was devastated. It was like top secret for all through my, because kids can be like torturous. And so some people now, then I moved to the mountain in Minturn, Alabama, and I volunteered in a little pottery shop, and there were only 4 of us, and it was the middle of winter, and there was someone else named Debbie, so I said, well, you can call me Happy. And all of a sudden, you know how when you're in a small town, all of a sudden everybody knew me as Happy. And so now one of my closest friends decided that my nickname is Happy D. And that really stuck, so I like it. Happy D, it was like within 5 minutes of meeting her. It was like so cute. So it's an excerpt from a book that I wrote called Authentic Presence Lead with Your Soul. And I think that you'll like this. She took her rightful place, felt sensations of honor, awe, respect, and love filled the room. As this Iraqi Jewish American priestess opened the Ark, revealing the Torah, the congregation stood. With assistance, she lifted the Torah from its place and removed its embroidered felt cover before laying it flat on its wooden platform. Then she carefully unrolled the scroll to reveal the sacred text. The congregation, still standing, gazed at the aged yet pristine ink and parchment, and then they each turned inward to listen. Hearts and minds opened to receive the message for this day. Some nicknamed her Lady Liberty. Some revered her as a modern-day Queen of Sheba. Others felt threatened by her feminine power in the arena formerly dominated by the patriarchy. Their nicknames for her were not so nice. Before I forget, I want to thank, well, Barry for sure. And I'm going to say your name right. Belia, you were so nice this morning, welcoming us here. And Debbie for inviting us here. And Dean for being so welcoming, and everybody here for being so welcoming. One of the things I appreciate most about Unity Church, obviously the person I'm talking about in that poem was about me. My family was born, they're originally from Baghdad. They moved to Israel. Some of them had to escape, a whole family of 12 with parents had to escape from Baghdad in the 60s. Many of them moved to Israel, to London, to the United States. And I was born in Brooklyn, New York. And I know what it feels like to be the firstborn girl in a family dominated, in a family that said, "Thou shalt not pass over these lines. Thou shalt not behave in this and that way. You're a girl. You're a Jew. You're Iraqi. That we don't want to become Americanized. This is who we're going to be." I know what it's like to fight to keep my own sense of self and my own voice. And one of the reasons I like Unity so much is because most of you here, as far as I know about Unity, you were not born into Unity Church. You didn't start out in Unity Church. Is that true? Is that true? Is that everybody here? Okay, well, what that means is that you're here by conscious decision, not by cultural conditioning. You're here because you don't want to be told that you're a sinner. You don't want to be told, "Thou shalt not be this and that person." You want to be free. And you want people to look you in the face and say, "I see you. You're not invisible to me. I care that you exist. I want to see the best in you come out." And I know that for some of you, especially in the beginning coming to Unity Church, you might have even kept it a secret. Is this not true? So my story sometimes makes me feel like I don't belong anywhere. But I think I belong among people who understand what it means to stand true inside of themselves in the face of living in a culture that says, this is how you're supposed to be. 2 years ago, I started a community called Joy-Based Living because I wanted a community for me that people could actively coach each other to bring out their best. Regular people. That you don't have to have some kind of certificate to be able to look at somebody in the face and go, "I see something gorgeous in you, let's bring it out." Because I am a gold miner. You understand? When I see gold in another human being, and the gold to me is their aliveness and their beauty and their presence and their gifts, I can't sit still because I get excited. So if I get to know you and you start bringing it out, I'm going to start encouraging you on. Not everybody likes that. We live in a culture that tells us to hide. Hide behind makeup, hide behind conformity, hide behind words that sound like everybody else. Sometimes I look at young people, like if I'm in a store, I'm going to step up here just so that you don't have to stretch to see me. And it's like 20-year-old girl who's gorgeous, and she's got like 5 layers of makeup on, and she looks like somebody who just came off of Netflix. I'm sorry, but that offends me. That's not who she was. It's like, where is your life? I want to hug her and go, I see you. You don't need to do that for me to see you. And I started this group because I wanted to create awareness on the objections that we have to living with joy. Because now that we've been living it for a couple of years as a group, we've heard objections from the outside. One of my favorites, Deja Lee, called me up one day. She's one of my favorite people. She's like, you are not going to believe what so-and-so said. This is how gossip goes at Joy-Based Living. It's so good. But it's somebody that we knew from a few years ago. She said to me, you're just too happy. You and Debbie, on Facebook, you need to get with reality. And I swear to you, we were in the parking lot at Hobby Lobby. And I screamed so loud that people started turning around to look to see what was going on. I was thrilled. It was like the compliment of the year. It let me know that we were right on track. But when we started Joy-Based Living, I didn't realize how controversial we were going to be. I also didn't realize how many people were going to drop out because they couldn't stand the heat in the kitchen. Do you understand? Because there's 3 levels of yes. There's the BS, yes. I'm being good in church today, okay? I'm being really good. There's the BS, yeah. Like somebody asks you to, you just say, yeah, but you're never going to do it, right? I'll call you later. You both know it's not going to happen, right? Then there's the middle level yes. The middle level yes is, I'm going to do a drawing every day because it'll make me happy just to take out my pens, and I'm going to do it. But it's a half-hearted yes. You know the half-hearted yes? You know what I'm talking about? Anybody not know what I'm talking about? I want you to think about in your life right now, what's something that's really, really important to you personally that you may be giving a half-hearted yes to. That if you don't do it, you're going to regret not even trying. Right? You all got something in there? Because that's important. Then we have, oh yeah. Oh, I am totally there. I find that the most joyful life comes from living here. But going from here to here can be extremely terrifying. Sometimes doing the simplest task, if it confronts an old belief that said, thou shalt not, and then it's facing you right there. Go ahead, go do that little thing. Go do that little thing. All of a sudden, the mess in the back room has a lot more meaning to you than that little thing. You know what I'm talking about? And that's how our most important, most meaningful decisions get brushed away. And we don't even realize it's happening. And then time goes by, but time isn't really going by. Our life is going by. And all of a sudden we look back and go, how come I still didn't do that? Well, there's an antidote to that. You ready for the antidote? It's called social accountability. Social accountability. Being seen is one thing. Social accountability is saying, I'm in the game. I've got both feet in the game, and you can't learn to swim when your feet are on the ground. Both feet need to be up, and then you learn to swim. And so facing those fears, which can seem so unreasonable at times, like, I don't know, whatever. So like a friend of mine, she was procrastinating about something for weeks, and I have this thing of like layers of objections. Like if somebody's procrastinating and they know something is important to them to do, she needed to contact somebody and say, no, I can't do this for you, right? And it really was not a big deal, but she felt a sense of obligation. You know that obligation? We have holidays coming up. How many decisions are you going to make out of obligation versus joy? Be conscious, not compulsive, right? And she couldn't seem to do it. So level of objection 1, it was clear that it was not a superficial objection because she knew it was important and she still kept avoiding it. You know what I'm talking about? So we went to level 2, 3, 4. Now what's down in levels 2, 3, 4, are you ready for this word? It's kind of a word that does have a physical response in people's bodies, so I'm warning you ahead of time. It's the word shame. Shame level 1 is, you know, I feel so bad, I can't do it. Then there's like the gradations of shame that if you've been shamed a lot as a kid or if you've witnessed it a lot as a kid, like I did, you have to go mining deep for your gifts and you have to go mining deep to put a pipeline in there to let some of that methane gas out. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you don't, it will run you and it will stop you. So this person is somebody who I work with a few times a week, and I was like, she knows that I don't just work with her on a superficial level because I'm not capable of that. And I compliment her often for being so courageous to standing the winds of being in my presence because I'm like, are you ready to handle it? She's like, yes. Can I go get a cookie? You know? I'm like, you can get a cookie after. So she comes and she's like, okay, sitting. I'm like, okay, let's go there. This feeling that you have around not calling this person that you know you need to call and say no, so you can let them off the hook so they can be free, right? And I'm like, where do you feel it in your body? So she'll do it once I ask her, you know? And it was somewhere in here, it was really tight. And so the question that you do after that is, we don't go digging for a long time, we just let the body inform. What's the first time you ever experienced that? And she had this horrible memory of her teacher totally shaming her for this piece of art that she did and then giving it to somebody else. But then she felt obligated to be nice to that somebody else because he really was good at what the thing was. And then she felt like, oh, well, he is my friend. And all of a sudden she's making all these justifications. Well, this is running her present day decision because she wants to be nice. But she's feeling betrayed and she's betraying herself. So we went in there and went, oh my gosh. Connecting with her from the level of the part of her that's still carrying that and saying, you know what? That teacher was a that was very not cool of her. And what would you have loved for that teacher to say? Hey, we're in this together. Let me help you. What can we do? Not talking to here. Talking to here. You following me? The place where it's stuck. And she's like, all of a sudden, we finished the thing, and I said, well, what does it feel like now when you even think about making the smoke bomb? Oh, I can do it. So a week later, she's like, I did it. I said, you know, this is so beautiful. Do you realize what happened? She goes, I just got over my procrastination. I said, no. Attribution is so important. You didn't just get over your procrastination. You got over the shame that you were carrying so that you can move into the real yes. But now there's a second benefit to this. She's married. She has somebody in her life, a husband, who sometimes procrastinates over very important things. What do you think her level of compassion is for him now? Very high, right? Thank you for walking with me down that road because that's a scary, you all are giving me eye contact and everything, which means you're still with me. Oh my God, thank you, Jesus. I am so afraid of losing people when I go into that conversation, but because I know you all know what it is, but talking about it is a whole other game. Putting it on the table. And so, because you've been so bold and daring, I'm going to share this with you really quick. One of the things that we do at Joy-Based Living is we learn these practices and we go, okay, what are the 3 ways that we object to our joy, and we do it to ourselves, and we do it to other people, and it actually destroys community? It's not from me, this is from a wonderful guy named Mario Martinez, who wrote the Mind-Body Code. And there's shame, abandonment, and betrayal. Are you with me? Each one of those has an embodied sensation, and we do it to ourselves. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just ate that. Oh my gosh, I said I was going to do this, and that. What is that? Shame, right? Abandonment, and it's somebody could feel abandoned. Two kids can be abused by the same dad in the same exact way. One of them will feel abandoned, and one of them will feel shame. So it's not about what's happening on the outside as much as it is the interpretation. Abandonment is a feeling of coldness on the inside, like you've just left yourself. Betrayal is somebody just pulled the rug out from under you and you are pissed. They said they were going to give you a candy right after you smiled for the picture and you're 3 years old, and they didn't give you the candy. You're pissed. And I think one of the emotions I see in Unity churches that often gets stuffed the most is anger. We're not supposed to be angry. We're supposed to be all spiritual and above all that. Well, you know what? I went through that phase. I'm over it. It is deadly. It stuffs it. It stuffs it. It stuffs it. So in my feistiness, I wrote a children's book called I Don't Think So. And I'm not going to read it to you right now, but it was a release valve for me, and it helped me. A lot of humor comes out of anger, right? And if we can laugh at our own pissiness, we can get along better, right? That's like a typical interaction every day between parent and child. Because I'm here, I want to honor the stories in the Bible. I want to honor the story of Jesus. I want to honor the yes and no that carved Jesus' life. So first of all, were his yeses BS yeses? Were they halfway yeses? Were they wholehearted yeses?
Yes.
Very good. They were wholehearted yeses. Now, did Jesus have a goal, or did he have a pretty darn strong trajectory? Did he have goals that he was like, okay, I reached 3,500 people this week. How many can I reach next week? Oh darn, I didn't reach my goal. Oh, I surpassed my goal. I don't think he was doing that. When you have a trajectory that I want to convince you to switch out. If you have goals, the New Year's coming up, switch them out. Switch them out. Create a trajectory that's so big that no matter what you do in your life, you're going to fail because there's no way that you can reach it. And then come to me and be like, are you failing too? And I'll be like, yes, thank you, I'm not alone anymore. Because my dream is for everybody in the world to be coaxing the best out of each other. That's a tall order. I am constantly failing, every day. But I'm doing my best and I'm showing up. And that's the best that I can ask for myself. So, thank you for your smiles. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for being in a wholehearted yes with me here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, we're going to go ahead and continue our service. We're going to go ahead and stand and sing a song called Blessing to the World. Because kind of in the spirit of things here, we are all blessings to this world. So we're going to sing to You Are, We Are, and I Am. I want everybody to do that I am. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to Deep breath. Have a seat. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.